Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back, everybody. I've talked about this before, how the universe truly wants to support us. And if you believe in manifestation, that is what you think becomes your reality, then you might want to listen to what we have to say. Because if things aren't happening for you, if you're not feeling that the universe is supporting you, you wonder why the things that you dream of, you manifest, they're not showing up. There's probably a very clear reason, and it lies in your state of mind. And we're going to dig into that with somebody who is a Reiki master, a teacher, practitioner, and has so much insight. I've learned so much from her in these podcasts. She is Purnima Chaudhari. And she's with us. Welcome back. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you, Steve. Great to be back.
Great to have you here. I feel a lot of times when we talk, we're on the same page. Like you'll say something, I'm like, yeah, I was feeling that. I don't know how to verbalize it because I'm not, an energy professional, but I get it. And there's times where I've manifested. I believe I deserve certain things. They haven't materialized. All right, it's on the universe's time. And it's just, I'm using myself as an example, but I think it echoes what others may be thinking and experiencing. What are we doing that's derailing what should be in our reality?
It all comes down to energy, Steve. It's not even the state of mind. The state of mind, yes, but there's a root cause. If your mind is all over the place, there's a root cause for it, and it's all energetic. So it all comes down to energy, and our energy impacts, whether we are able to manifest something that we want to manifest. A lot of people are these days, this word manifestation, you'll find it on all kinds of channels, and people talk about it a lot. And people want to, everyone wants to manifest something like a dream. But, the most important thing for manifestation is to have coherence in your being, to have harmony in your being. If you're not coherent and harmonious, you're out of balance, you're ungrounded, your energy is all over the place. So that frequency of that manifestation will not land on you because you are not vibrating consistently in your frequency. You're out of sorts. Does that make sense?
Yeah, out of sorts is a great description. And it's a common term, but it definitely gives more clarity to what we're talking about. Harmonious. Maybe this is a rhetorical question, but how do you know when you've achieved that state of harmony?
The simplest answer to that is you feel great. You feel great. When you're harmonious, you just feel this lightness of being, this inner joy. There's nothing outside of you that is causing you to feel that joy or that happiness, because it's coming from within, and it's because you are in that state of harmony. And what does that mean, really? Like, to dissect that, and make people understand what exactly it means. As a human being, we are in this human form. And how do we know that we are harmonious? So our soul is having this human experience. Our soul is held in this human body, and it is having this human experience, and every soul has a unique frequency. It's unlike anybody else. It's a unique frequency that comes from the monad, the oversoul, and And I've been told by my guides and the masters that we are like a piece of a ginormous puzzle of this creation. So imagine you're doing this massive puzzle, and there are no two pieces that are identical. Every single piece of the puzzle has its place, right? No other piece can take its place. So similarly, we are very unique with our frequency. No one else can replicate our frequency. And so when we are vibrating fully in that frequency, when we have embodied our soul frequency fully, we feel harmonious. We feel in total coherence with who we truly are. Our authentic self is fully embodied. And that is when nobody can shake you, nothing can shake you. You feel very, very grounded and solid. And, that's what I call true harmony, is when your energy in this human form is in sync with your soul frequency. It's fully present. And so when we are able to achieve that, miracles unfold. Because, first of all, when you are in that state, higher guidance is coming through. So even when you're manifesting, it's not just some temptation or a random thing, it is a very guided thing that is in your highest good and the greater good to manifest this for you. So, that's how I feel like being harmonious is fully embodying your highest self.
So you started mentioning what I was going to ask you about, and that is staying on track. So you've had moments of, I'm good. This is good. I'm in a good place. I finally got here. Wasn't easy. I did the work. Got to do the work. Sorry. That's the way it goes. And then things happen around you. And, 1 minute you're holy and humble and everything's great. The next minute you're, falling and crumbling because life is like that. How do you stay at that higher vibration where you're harmonious? You're feeling good. How do you do that?
So, first of all, as you said, life is not a linear, straight line. It's an ebb and flow. It's the fall and rise, and it's constantly moving. It's one thing we know for sure is nothing is permanent. Everything keeps changing, and so that harmonious state is not going to stay that way because life happens. Things happen around us that our vibration shifts and it comes down again, but it does not mean that we have to stay there. So bringing awareness into it. Okay, I was feeling harmonious some time ago, and now I'm feeling this way. Why am I feeling this way? Because this happened. And then analyzing it, letting it go, all those things, forgiveness, letting go, realizing that it's a human experience to uh, allow you to learn a lesson, to evolve, to grow, and then raising your vibration. And when we say, it sounds so abstract, when I say raise your vibration,
No, I
what
get
does
it.
that, how do you do it? How do you do it?
It's you think it. And I gave this example, and I do it occasionally. I should have did it today. I forgot to do it. But when I go to the gym, there's many times where I'm like, I'm going to test this out again. And I will think, raise it up. As I'm walking out of the parking lot up to the door, raise your vibration. Positivity. Raise it up. Feel it. Think it. Live it. Raise that vibration up. And many times, if not every time, people who I don't even know, who I see all the time. Somebody's working out over here, working out over there. You pass each other. Nobody says anything. You just keep staring straight. Out of nowhere, they'll say, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" I don't know who they are. And I feel that it's because my vibration is higher
Hmm.
and it connected with them. So with what
Hmm.
you're describing here, Purnima, is it a process where you're in a harmonious state and things are gonna, happen around you, but you're kind of like this. Your threshold is this. So you're going like this. You never it's
Hmm.
not we're never going to be riding high all the time. It's fantastic. There's going to be a little bit of changeable vibration. But is it
Hmm.
the difference when you've achieved that harmony where you're vibrating here, good time. Yeah, a little challenge over here, as opposed to something like this where you're all over the place and then the
Hmm.
magic isn't going to happen. Does that sound reasonable?
Most times, yes, but there are times when it will really, you know,
Shake you.
shake you up, and that is also for a reason.
Mm.
Um,
Okay,
and
well,
I have
good point.
experienced, yeah, I have experienced a lot of those. For example, just over 3 years ago, suddenly on a Sunday afternoon, my husband passed away. He was
Sorry.
fit, fine, so it's like um, things like that happen where, there's no way you can just be like, in that window that you normally are. It is going to take you down. There are life experiences that will really bring you down on your knees, and they happen for a reason. But what I want to say, that even in your deepest, darkest place, the way I have come out of my most challenging situations is, staying in my heart, uh, giving gratitude
Mm,
to gratitude for me is the most important. um, for me, gratitude is a very powerful tool, because when I'm grateful, I cannot be upset, because I see the blessings that I have in my life. In spite of things going wrong, I can count my blessings and bring myself back, lift myself out from this challenge, and realize that this challenge is in my life for a reason. And and now, hindsight is 2020. I know why things happen the way they did, and all my old life was stripped away from me. So now it makes more sense. But when I was in the thick of it, it was very challenging.
mm,
But what kept me going and what helped me raise my vibration was my spiritual practice, connection with nature, gratitude, breathing, Reiki, of course. Like for me, everything is steeped in Reiki. Reiki raises your vibration instantly. Like there's no waiting period there, that, oh, I do it now and maybe an hour later I'll start feeling good. It's instant. Like you open the channel and you're lifted up. So
yes.
those things, keeps me in a high vibration, regardless of what I'm experiencing.
What you just said, I was thinking in that when you start practicing this, that you bounce back faster. So when somebody, or something upsets your world, and and it could be just not major, but it was, I took a hit today. What, how? If you're not practicing this, you might wallow in that for days, whereby
Mhm.
something happens and you're like, you react a little bit and then you're like, we're good. We're good. And it's not like you're sweeping it under the rug or ignoring it.
Mhm.
You're just, you get it, you understand it, and then you move on and it's all good. I want to go back to
Mhm.
something you said before to better understand. And I believe the same thing you do, that we are spiritual beings in this human container. And because we're in this human container, we experience life and these things that happen around us. If we weren't in the human container, so to speak, would we experience all that stuff? Would things be radically different if we were just a spiritual energy? I don't know if it might be a little deep, but
um, no, I mean, being a human, I'm incredibly grateful to have this opportunity, especially in this time. It's a time on our planet. This has never happened in the history of our planet, this time, because we are going through an ascension process, and it's, unlike any other time. So the fact that we chose to be here in this time, like, it's like we've won the biggest lottery ticket.
Hmm.
That we are here as a human, because we get to experience things. We are growing leaps and bounds in this one lifetime, than the thousands of other lifetimes that we might have incarnated.
Wow.
Or, even, I mean, on when we are on the spirit side, when we are not in the human form and we are in the human spirit side, we are still uh, evolving and growing, because there is spirit school as well. So now we are on earth school, and we've perhaps taken, I know this is kind of going on a different tangent, but we have taken life on many different planets and star systems. But we Earth is very, very special, very special. And so we have incarnated here for a reason. There's a personal reason for our soul evolution and growth, but also we are contributing to the collective uh, consciousness in this ascension process, and everybody is doing it in their own unique way, because we are also unique. There's no comparison to who is doing what. Someone's purpose is to just bring joy. Like, I remember this one guy, I was at the grocery checkout, and this guy, little tiny man, like an Asian man, and he was like scanning away, and he was just greeting everyone, and he was like this massive ball of light, just filled with joy and happiness. And everybody that was going through his counter was like receiving that love. So that is, I
Hmm.
feel like, his purpose. Just bring joy, because he's like seeing, he's with so many people. So everyone is doing something here. And I want to quickly share something. I do these seva sessions every Monday. So every Monday, people in palliative care, people who are terminally ill, they receive free sessions from me. So I do every Monday. It's like I haven't ever taken a break from that. Doesn't matter where I'm traveling in the world. So last week I received a booking, and when I saw it, I was so shocked, because it was one of my students, and she's very
Wow.
young, and she's from Europe. And I read her booking note, and I was so shocked. And so I offered her a one-on-one session with me. And of course, I added her to the seva sessions. But the message that her guides and the masters brought, like, she is in bed 24/7. She needs help for the littlest thing. And she was saying in her message how she feels like she's of no use. She's just existing, and she has no purpose. And she's like a slab of meat. That's how she feels. But what the guides were saying was that she is in her bed. She is taken away from all this chaos and disharmony in our world, into this safe container of her room, her bed, where she can remove all these distractions, and she can just be, and tuning into her soul frequency. She has a very angelic nature, and holding her vibration and emanating that divine frequency out. That is her purpose. you know and so when I shared that, it was like it empowered her in such a way, and she was like, I'm feeling so empowered and inspired, and I don't feel like, I this is a blessing that I'm given this opportunity to help this collective ascension in such a way that I am, removed from all the distractions. I'm fully focused on this purpose now. Like, wow, I was like, So it doesn't matter what kind of experience you're going through,
Wow.
everybody has a purpose. And when you look at it from that angle, from that perspective, you feel empowered and inspired to be and to follow that purpose. So yeah, I mean, everyone has an opportunity. It's just bringing yourself into alignment with it.
There's a lesson for all of us in what you just said with that person that was closer to passing. And I believe it's being quiet within yourself. And she had the opportunity because life brought her there that she doesn't have all these distractions to worry about. And now she can radiate, think, and show that light, that energy that's within her. And we probably all feel this, but then this life thing gets in the way, relationships and all of that going on, and we can't truly harness it. And
Mhm.
and this is why, we say, go take a walk in nature, go hug a tree, do all of that, because that's kind of bringing you back to your center where you can feel that. It's funny, like I think I'm going to say even a year ago, maybe even less, I'd be always running. I'm going to do this today, do that today, got plans with this person. I just want to go home and walk my dog
Mhm.
in nature.
Mhm.
Like that is what I look forward to sometimes. There's
Mhm.
other stuff, but that is so much more important to me now than it ever was. And, I used to think, well, it's just nothing. What are you going to do? No, it's so therapeutic. But that's, I guess, that takes us right back to the beginning of this podcast, the harmony.
Yes, the way to harmony is to tune in, to tune within,
Mm,
and remove all the distractions and bring your light close to you and hold your energy in the sacred temple, in the sacred container, and don't let it like wander around,
yeah.
and hold that frequency within you. When you do it, not only are you impacting your energy in the most powerful way, but you are creating a ripple effect. It impacts everybody else around you. And like you shared, people noticing you in the gym, it's because you're holding your energy together, and it's causing that ripple effect and impacting everybody else around you.
And being intentional. Everything we do, I believe, learning from you as well, you have to set an intention. When you do Reiki, I'm sure you set an intention. Just
Mm-hmm.
don't do it. There's something involved in it. So if we're intentional about how we're going to show up, how we're going to feel, what we're going to present to others in terms of our energy, uh, game changer. How do we find
Mm-hmm.
you? What's your website?
My website is innerjourneyreiki.com, and Instagram is Purnima_Chaudhari. And I'm also, going to launch a new website for Kauai, and I'm really excited for that. So that's coming up. But, innerjourneyreiki.com is a great way to connect with me.
Hmm. Um, I'm excited for you for the Hawaii
Mhm.
journey. And I'm grateful that I've gotten to be on this journey with you to share with others this wonderful thing that is life, that many don't realize it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We'll catch up soon. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great
barrier just knocked down. I mean, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.